Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Saeed, and today I'll be doing a product review of Mathacademy, which is a online math learning platform. I've been using it for about a month and a week so far, and that may not be 100% accurate because I can't seem to figure out the exact date that I started doing lessons. But give or take, that's about right. And I believe this is the only video review that exists in Mathacademy. I know people have blogged about it and shared their experience on X, formerly known as Twitter, but this is the first video review. So when I first heard of Mathacademy, first question that popped into my head was, does this subscription seem like it's worth it? And that's pretty much, I think, what everybody wants to know when they're paying money for a service. So short answer, yes. And I'll just go a little bit in depth on that answer. So Math Academy's value proposition is saving you time. And like a lot of you adults that are out there working full time, maybe you have a family, you got hobbies or other commitments, or maybe you aren't working full time, but you're going to school full time, and you're just super crunched on time. And it's really hard trying to squeeze time in to learn something new, especially something that takes like really takes brain compute from you, and you really have to basically sit down and like lock in when you're learning math, and when you're limited on time, you want to make sure that you're getting the highest return on investment from the limited time that you do have to invest in learning whatever skill you're learning. In this case, math. So, the way I think about it is like, so let's say you only have 3 hours to dedicate every week to go to the gym. You don't want to fool around and waste your time scrolling on the internet, or doing other busy work. You want to go in there with surgical precision and then be in and out as soon as you're done with your workout, and you gave it your all, and you're done for the day. And if you wanted to take it kind of like a level further than that, you'd hire a personal trainer, and they'd be the ones to tell you, like, at the 2 minute mark, this is what you need to do, and then at the 5 minute mark, we're going to take a break here. Here's your meal plan for the day. I already made it for you. You just got to pop it in the microwave later. And then, like, you don't have to think at all. You're not using your brain at all to do any kind of planning, to think like, how many calories do I need to eat, or like any of that stuff. Somebody's already done that for you. And that's kind of what Math Academy is doing behind the scenes. So they're handling all of the logistics needed to get this information, you know, implanted in your head. And so, what do I mean by that? So, let's say you're learning a new topic, right? How do you know that you've mastered that topic? How do you know whether or not to do 50 problems or five? How much time should I be investing in this lesson versus that lesson? And then, how do I know whether or not this information is permanently tattooed into my brain? Do I need to revisit this information in a week, in a month, in 3 months? And so that's like basically what I find myself asking myself when I was teaching myself math through all the popular, routes, like watching, YouTube series, watching, doing Alex, textbooks, and with each method I tried to like learn math. For the video series, I found that there wasn't enough math questions for me to actually solidify my understanding of this information. And then I tried giving Alex a shot, which is like another online math learning platform. And, like it was okay, but, they're it was so hard to retain information because I'd like zoom through like one of the small lessons, and then I wouldn't see or hear about that topic again in like a week or 2 weeks, and then it'd leave my brain. And then I tried going the textbook route, and then with textbooks I found that they're just like so humongous. It's like, does this book really need to be 1,300 pages? And do I really need to do 100 exercises for each chapter? So I didn't really want to, you know, I wanted somebody else to just tell me, show up, you know, clock in and then clock out, and be on your way is basically what I wanted. And so that's how I kind of learned about Mathacademy. Is I was just googling things on Twitter related to machine learning or whatever, and I started getting these tweets about Mathacademy showing up in my For You tab. So, and I think so far, my experience has been, from my limited experience, and take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because, like I said, I've only been using it for about a month and a week so far. It seems like they're doing a really good job of designing everything that I'm learning to make sure that like it connects together really smoothly. Make sure that I actually am focused on learning the information. You can't half-ass a lesson or fake passing a lesson, because they are going to bring that lesson back to you, through like a quiz, and just validate that you've actually gained mastery over this topic. And I think they do it like 2, 3, or 4 times or something like that. And so I think so far my experience has been pretty positive, and I just like that I have a peace of mind knowing that I don't have to think about any of those things. I just want to outsource it to somebody else, and then they come back to me and are like, hey, like, this is what you need to do, this is where you need to invest your time in. So that's been my experience so far using Mathacademy. So 2 other things that I was kind of thinking about when I first heard about Mathacademy was the XP ratings. So when I first hopped on Mathacademy, I saw that they made a claim that 1 XP is equal to about a minute of effort. I haven't found that to be the case for me. However, I'd like to qualify that statement with this. So if you were to imagine like a chart, right, and the upper end of this chart represents people who are really skilled, have a great math background, great problem solving skills, all that stuff. And then on the other opposite spectrum, you have people who don't have the best problem solving skills, people who don't have a good math background. I'd probably represent whatever like that lower spectrum is, or maybe like middle-ish, somewhere around there. So if you were to go off of Mathacademy's estimate, XP estimate, it's about 60 XP an hour, but for me I found that it's probably closer to around 25 to 40-ish. And there are also some lessons that might need some XP reevaluation, because there's some where they're like, it's rated as 7 XP, but after you're done with it, you're like, there's no goddamn way that was a 7 XP lesson. Especially the ones, the ones where you had to really be careful with like operations and making sure like, you're really laser focused on like the attention to detail and all that. I know when they were making this platform, it was around 2021-ish, somewhere around there. So, maybe they just haven't gotten around to adjusting for like XP inflation or whatever. So that's been my experience with the XP ratings. And I think the other thing was whether or not I saw Justin from the Mathacademy team write about like how some critique about taking notes or whatever. So I thought that was like kind of crazy. Like, I don't have to take notes, because up until this point I've just been taking a ton of notes, creating like flashcards and whatnot. So I did take some notes for some of the geometry stuff, like things like is it a rectangle a rhombus, is a rhombus a square, like those kind of like things that you do need to spend a little bit of time just memorizing those things, and a couple algebra rules. But for the most part, I've just been relying completely on Mathacademy. So I think that concludes my video. I don't really have anything else I wanted to discuss. Oh man, looks like it's about 10-minute video. I kind of yapped a little bit too much maybe. But yeah, I hope this gives some perspective to somebody else out there who's looking to get a Mathacademy subscription. And I'll update this video at some point in the future when I'm done with the foundation series, or maybe when there's like I have something that I want to share. So hope you guys have a great day. See ya.